Take your rig to the next level with the MSI B360M Mortar Titanium. Enjoy the connectivity of dual M.2 NVMe slots, front panel USB-C and USB 3. 7-phase power provides stable delivery for 6-core Coffee Lake CPUs, while dual power heatsinks promote optimal cooling for best-in-class performance. Click the link below to learn more. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are assembling April's PC of the month just in time as the month is about to end. It's a very exciting build today. We're actually assembling a 2nd-gen Ryzen system that's heavily targeted towards high or big airflow. So there's not going to be an ounce of liquid in today's build. Haven't had the best luck with liquid-cooled systems recently, as some of you guys are already aware. So maybe that's what prompted this build. Who knows? But it's going to be super cool. Ha! Starting off the line with the AMD Ryzen 7 2700X with 8 cores, 16 threads, a max boost clock of 4.3 gigahertz. I'll also see how far we can actually overclock this guy perhaps in a part 2 video. Pairing that with 16 gigs of G.Skill Sniper X DDR4 3400 speed with those lovely white camouflaged heatsinks. That will be going into an MSI X470 Gaming M7 AC motherboard, which pretty much has all the bells and whistles you could ask for. A very handsome looking motherboard as well, I might add. Just below that, you'll find the GeForce GTX 1080 Ti Gaming. Cooling our CPU is the Noctua NH-D15 SE AM4, which is one of the most prized air coolers on the market for high performance users. We'll also be pairing that with the NF A14 FLX fan, also from Noctua. This will actually be replacing one of the 140mm fans in our case. More on that in just a bit. Over here, we've got an 850 watt G2L power supply from EVGA, 80 plus gold certified modular cables. It also lights up at the connectors, which is really cool. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see it due to the case's power supply basement, but at least we'll know it's there. For our boot drive and frequently used applications, we have an RD400 256 gig M.2 NVMe from OCZ, and to the right of that you'll find a set of beautifully sleeved custom cables from the folks over at CableMod. This is part of their Pro series. I actually configured and customized these myself through their online configurator. You can find out more in the description below. Also from CableMod, we have one of their 60cm wide beam LED strips in white to better see just how horrific our Noctua fans are. And last but not least, we have the H500P mesh from Cooler Master, which is one of the best airflow cases on the market right now with its full front mesh panel and 2 200mm fans at the front. But what could make this case even cooler is if we ditch those fans and replace them with 4 200mm Noctua fans. These are the NF A20 PWM premium fans, and they will make the system as cool as it will be ugly. Again, Noctua fans. Hideous, but super, super good. So those are all the parts, guys. You can find links to everything in the description below. I am super stoked to get this underway, so let's go ahead and start building. I just hope that it doesn't fly away from me at the end of it. Hold on. So here's where I realized the 200 by 30mm Noctua fans are too thick to fit under the top and front panels of the case. Now the manufacturer page lists support for 200mm fans in these locations, but fails to mention any thickness limitations. Stranger still is that even if the Noctua fans were thin enough, the mounting holes don't even line up with the holes in the case. So if you're planning to add 200mm fans to your H500P, it's probably best to just use Cooler Master fans. As for our build, here's where I decided to snag the 200mm fans from the original H500P and mount them where I would have put these beautiful Noctuas. On the bright side, the Cooler Master fans do have RGB, which as we all know improves airflow by 50% anyway. Carry on. All right, guys, here's the system in all of its glory. It's actually looking pretty good. I mean, granted, it's probably one of the most mismatched systems that I've ever built. So it's very aesthetically displeasing, but it kind of has its own ugly charm to it. I don't really know how to explain it, but here it is. You'll notice this big, beautiful Noctua cooler is looking fabulous right now. This fan right here is actually protruding out a bit more Z-wise than this one, simply because we had to give some additional clearance for those memory sticks, but we can still fit that side panel on just fine. The LED strip is incredibly bright, especially reflecting off of this white interior. Looks very nice, actually, and there's just a ton of air moving through. You can just feel it, and despite how much fan is in this system, it's incredibly quiet. Even with the side panel on being just inches away from it, it is so quiet. So I can't wait to test thermals and acoustics. Guys, let me know what your expectations are for this system in the comments below. I want to hear what you guys are thinking about it so far. But that's gonna do it for now, guys. Toss a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Get subscribed. You can check me out on Floatplane if you want to watch my videos a week early without ads.